Hello everyone. Dear students, keeping in view the importance and significance of our forthcoming unit test, it has become quite imperative to go ahead with the revision of whatever syllabus we have covered till date. And when we talk about revision, why not to go ahead with the very first lesson of our Flamingo book? So by this time you might have guessed that we are going to discuss about our first chapter of Flamingo book, titled as The Last Lesson. It has been authored by Alphonse Daudet. Let me tell you, while going through this revision part, first I would like to narrate the story of this chapter, and thereafter we will discuss the questions and answers based on that particular chapter. Before going ahead with the narration of the story of the last lesson, it would not be relevant to know about the author. Okay, so we must know a little bit about the author also. Alphonse Daudet has been a French short story writer. Apart from that, he has also authored many sentimental tales. This chapter which we are going to deal right now deals with the themes of nationalism, jingoism, and the freedom to language, the importance of education in one's life, and the significance of language in one's life for a citizen of a particular country. So the setting of the story took place during the Franco-Prussian War, which was fought between France and Prussia during 1870 and 1871. During that time, Prussia used to consist of the countries like Germany, Poland, and some parts of Austria. That was a dominating country, and its army, led by the conservative statesman Bismarck, attacked the French districts, that is two districts, Alsace and Lorraine. France lost this battle, and as a result, its two districts known as Alsace and Lorraine got slipped into the hands of Prussian forces. The consequence was very grave. The Prussian forces imposed of learning German right from the day they took over the Alsace and Lorraine, and they asked them to shun the learning of French language, which was their own. So dear students, in this chapter we are going to deal with very important points like linguistic chauvinism and the importance of language in one's life, how important a language is for the citizen of a country, how it helps him survive in difficult times. That is what we are going to learn. This whole story revolves around the chief protagonist and the narrator of this lesson, whose name is Franz, a student. Another main character is M. Hamel, who is a French teacher who has been teaching French in the school of Alsace for last 40 years. He is very patriotic teacher, and he is having a good command over his subject. So one day what happened? Franz was rushing up towards the school in the early morning. Franz used to be a truant. He used to skip from the school very often because he was not at all interested in learning French and whatever being taught at the school. So he was a habitual offender of skipping from the school. One day he was heading towards school in the early morning. He was very frightened, and he was afraid of being scolded by his teacher M. Hamel, because on the previous day before leaving the school, M. Hamel instructed his students that they had to come prepared with the rules on participles on the next day. And this was the day when Franz was expected to tell the rules on participles to M. Hamel during the class. However, he was not prepared, so he wanted to skip from the school. On the way, he saw that the weather was very pleasant, birds were chirping, and the natural beauty was very scintillating. It was attracting him. It was attracting him to, and it was stopping him to go to school in some way. Okay, at a certain distance in the open grounds, the Prussian forces were drilling. They were doing some battle exercises. They were working with their weapons, and some physical exercise was going on. Franz got attracted to that scene. At once, he thought it better to skip from the school and enjoy that Prussian forces drill. But his reason of going, of attending school, could not stop him there, and he could not restrain himself from going to school. Okay, so in spite of staying there and enjoy the drilling of Prussian armies and enjoy the beautiful weather, shining day, he thought it better to attend the school. So he continued on his way to school. While passing through the town hall, he noticed that a huge crowd was gathered around the bulletin board. Dear students, bulletin board was just like a notice board. It was located at a common place where people used to come and know about what was of their common interest. So on the bulletin board, unfortunately for last 2-3 years, no good news was received by the people of Alsace. Whatever was shared on that bulletin board, whatever was displayed on that bulletin board was of bitter taste for the people of Alsace. This included news like loss of battles and the orders from the commanding officer. This day also, Franz became quite suspicious about the news which could have been displayed on that bulletin board, but he could not stop there because he had to reach the school as early as possible. So he guessed that yes, something bad might have happened again, and that's what people might be seeing there. Thinking that, he kept on moving to school. From behind, people called him that, Franz, why are you running so fast? There is plenty of time to reach school, you are not late. And he kept on moving. When he reached school, he witnessed something very astonishing. As you know, on usual days, school remains full of hustle and bustle, a commotion, a noise which can be heard from one corner to another corner of a village and a habitated place. But today, when he reached school, he sees something different, that the scene was just like Sunday morning. On Sunday mornings, the school remains shut and there is no movement seen at all. So today also, when Franz reaches there, he sees that there is no movement, everything is calm and quiet, there is no noise coming from the school, there is no noise coming from the wrapping of the ruler, opening and closing of the drawers, windows, doors, and speaking in unison of the students, that is learning in unison. Okay, recitation, there was no recitation going on when Franz reached there. So he got suspicious about something wrong, that what could have happened there on that particular day. When he entered the classroom, he wanted to go and sit there in the classroom without being noticed by M. Hamel, right? But what he saw there was quite surprising. When he reached the door of the class, he noticed that all the benches were occupied. The front benches were occupied by the school students, and the rear benches, which used to remain vacant during the normal days, were occupied by the people of Alsace. Okay, that was quite shocking. Apart from this, M. Hamel was moving up and down with his wrapper kept in his side, and he was putting on he has put on his ceremonial dress, that is coat and good pant, okay, which he used to wear on uh, some specific occasions like distribution of awards or some some ceremonial occasions. So this forced friends, this whole scene forced friends to think about something different, what he never expected. Also, M. Hamel, in spite of scolding friends for coming late to school, he allowed him to sit in the school. He told him that yes, little friends, go and sit on your bench. This was not expected from M. Hamel by friends. He always used to be uh, scared of him. He always used to be scared of being punished by M. Hamel. But today he was not punished, rather, he was asked to sit quietly, very politely. Thereafter, M. Hamel announced that this was the last lesson of French learning in that school, in that class. Now, French was full of regret. He was almost shattered. He could not believe what M. Hamel was saying there, because now he had realized that how important his language was to him. Before that, he never realized its importance. He always neglected it. He always showed his neglected attitude or negative attitude towards his own language. He never took seriously about he never took seriously the instructions of M. Hamel about learning French. But today, when he told him that yes, this is going to be the last lesson of French learning, it was not easily to be digested by friends as well as the people of Alsace who were sitting on the back benches. And friends realized that yes, what could have been displayed on the bulletin board, why people were gathered around that bulletin board. Now he realized that on the bulletin board, as described by M. Hamel, that an order has been received from Germany. An order has been received from Germany that French was no more going to be their official language, their mother tongue, and it would be replaced by German. The people of Alsace would be required to learn German, and their new teacher who will be teaching them German will be arriving very soon, that is on the next day. Thereafter, M. Hamel started his usual teaching. He was not reluctant on his teaching part. He was as serious as he used to be earlier. As far as teaching was concerned, he never showed his reluctance. He never expressed his negligent and neglected behavior towards teaching French and teaching other subjects. So he took it very seriously. He taught very patiently, and in turn, the students as well as the villagers listened to him very carefully, very seriously, patiently, sincerely. They were able to learn everything whatever M. Hamel was teaching that day. It was something very different as compared to earlier days, when students used to take that not very seriously. Today they were taking it seriously. When students used to not grasp things easily, today they were able to grasp everything and learn everything easily whatever M. Hamel was teaching. A sense of gratitude and a great respect and reverence emerged in all the teachers, all these villagers as well as the students for M. Hamel. The villagers had come there to show their respect, their reverence for the teacher who had been associated to that school for last 40 years, who had been teaching there for last 40 years in that school. So they came there to show their great respect for M. Hamel, as well as they wanted to express their emotions and their great respect for their country, their own language, which was not going to be their official language anymore from the very next day, as they were told that they would be taught only German. The villagers were holding some old books which they used to carry with them, and M. Hamel told them that French language is the most beautiful and most important language of the world. It was a language which used to be kept in the highest esteems of M. Hamel. He always respected it, and he equally expected from the villagers as well as the students to respect their language. He told them that as far as you hold fast on your language, it is a key to your prison. Okay, so a language of a particular locality of a country is a key to success and key to prison of those citizens, denizens. That is what M. Hamel told them. Means he described the importance of French for them. He made them realize their guilt, their lack of seriousness towards their own language. But now the time was over. Now they were not having any chance to learn it, to continue learning it. French, who used to consider the books a burden, very cumbersome, today he realized that yes, he was under influence of a great guilt. He was feeling sorry for himself. He was feeling sorry for the negative attitude he showed towards his French learning. Today, he was full of pity for M. Hamel also, because the teacher whom he regarded full of disrespect, whom he never paid due respect, today he was very grateful to him. Today he was regretting for not listening to his teacher, not paying attention to his instructions, and he was full of guilt that M. Hamel was going to leave France and he would leave for his native place. So this was a transformation in France after learning that they were being captured by the Prussians and French was not going to be their language anymore. They would be taught German. Rather, he was so frustrated by the decision of the Germans that are they going to make the pigeons coo in German? Means, how can a dominating country force the people of other country to speak the language which they want? Dear students, language should be respected by everybody, whether it is ours or it is language of other countries. There is a thin line between pride and proud. Okay, we should feel pride, we should take pride in our own language, we should respect it, but at the same time it is our duty, it is our duty as a citizen to respect the language of others also. Okay, as our language is important for us, it is equally important the language of others for them. Okay, so we need to respect the language of others also. Yes, after that the class was going to over. M. Hamel could see that the Prussians were approaching their locality, and M. Hamel was full of emotions. He became sentimental, his throat got choked, and he could not speak anymore. At last he said that long live France, long live France. And ultimately, after he could not speak anymore, he told that the school was dismissed for the day, all could leave to their homes. Okay, this was the end of this chapter. So there are some important questions which are generally asked in the CBSE examination, And the first question is, what does bulletin board stands for? So bulletin board stands for, the bulletin board is a notice board, you can say, on which the news for the people of Alsace were displayed. For whatever common news were to be displayed, they were displayed on the bulletin board. And there are some other questions also, that is, what was friends expected to be prepared with for school that day? So yes, friends was expected to be prepared with the rules on participles which M. Hamel would ask them during the class. But contrary to that, Friends was not at all prepared with the rules on participles. That's why he was scared of being scolded in the class by M. Hamel and was trying to escape from the school for that day. What did friends notice that was usual about the school that day? Yes, on usual days the school is found full of commotion, noise, that is noise created by the recitation of lesson by the students when they speak in unison, the opening and closing of drawers, closing of doors, opening of windows, rapping of rule or the desk by the teacher. These all sounds used to emerge on usual days, but today when MML reached there, friends reached there, he found that all these sounds were missing from the school. It was as good as Sunday morning. What had been put on the bulletin board? Yes, I told you that the message was received from German, but it was actually received from Berlin. So on the bulletin board, a message was displayed which had been received from Berlin. This message stated that the people of Alsace would stop learning French anymore and they would be taught German only. Okay, they were imposed with the learning of German language, which was not their mother tongue. Their mother tongue was French, but since they were attacked and the district was captured by Prussian forces, they were asked to learn German only. What changes did the order from Berlin cause in school that day? That order from Berlin caused a lot of changes in the school that day. Means there was no noise coming at all from the school. It was looking as good as Sunday morning. Secondly, the class was occupied, all the benches were occupied by the students. All were sitting quietly and calmly there. The back benches, which usually remained vacant, were being occupied by the old villagers who have come there to show their respect and reverence, gratitude to M. Hamel and their country, their mother tongue. M. Hamel, who used to wear a dress on specific occasions like distribution of awards and ceremonial days, was wearing a dress, that is a coat, a hat and good pants. M. Hamel, who used to scold friends for coming late to school and not learning the lessons he had taught him, was quite different that day. He was not scolding at all, rather he asked friends politely to go and sit on his bench. This was something very astonishing, something very different, which friends never saw before. How did friends' feeling about M. Hamel and the school change? Yes, before this incident, that is before receiving the message from Berlin that they would be taught German in spite of French, French used to be very indifferent to his teacher as well as towards his language. He never took it seriously to learn French. Whenever MML instructed him to learn anything, he didn't take it seriously. Rather, he showed his negative attitude towards that, delinquent behavior, mischievous behavior. But this time it was totally different. He was full of guilt, he was full of regret for not learning French. The books which used to appear cumbersome and burdensome for friends were, were quite were quite close to him. He wanted to befriend them for his entire life. M. Hamel, who used to scold him for coming late to school, today didn't scold him, and he also showed his changed behavior. Friends Franz was full of pity and respect for M. Hamel that he would not remain with them anymore, rather, he would leave for his native place. This was the change which, which was caused by this language in French about M. Hamel. Okay. Now, what is linguistic chauvinism? Dear students, linguistic chauvinism means an unreasonable and illogical and absurd and absurd consideration about one's language. When we feel proud of our own language, and at the same point and at the same time we don't respect the language of others, then it becomes a linguistic chauvinism. There is a thin line between pride and proud. When this thin line is crossed, linguistic chauvinism emerges, linguistic chauvinism takes place. So linguistic chauvinism means an extreme obsession about one's language when we forget about the respect of others' language. We feel that our language is the best and it is supreme one, whereas the language of others is inferior to ours, it is of no importance. That is known as linguistic chauvinism. So these were the important questions. Thank you and hope you understood it. Thank you.